What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a brand new episode of Riffs and Rasslin, where we talk all things heavy metal, hard rock, professional wrestling, you name it, you're going to get it here on this podcast in video format and on audio on all places such as Spotify, YouTube, X, Instagram. Please hit that like and share to friends and family if you wouldn't mind. We do appreciate all the support. I am, of course, your host, co-host, Nick, and joining me as always is my brother Willie. What's going on, brother?
What's up? We're here, man.
Yes, sir. Today's topic that we are doing is Megadeth, the 1990s era, brother. I'm
Oh
excited for this one.
boy. Oh boy. Are you ready?
I am ready to do this. So, for all of you out there, if you haven't already, check out our. We have it up on YouTube. We did the Megadeth in the '80s era, where we covered all the albums from the '80s, the beginning of Megadeth, all the way through to the last album, right before the '90s started. So, if you haven't already, please check out that video. Comment on that video. Do you agree, disagree? What was your favorite songs on all the albums? Very much appreciate all the feedback from you guys, as always. But today we're moving on to the Megadeth in the 90s. This is going to be a very fun episode, Willie. And before we get into it, the reason why I think it is, for me personally, I think maybe the 90s Megadeth is probably my favorite era of Megadeth. What about you?
Yep, exactly the same. I think this era of Megadeth really defines who Megadeth is. And as we get into each album and each year, I think it makes more and more sense what Megadeth is.
I agree. And I also think, too, that with the kicking right off with the 1990 album of Rust in Peace, I think that this lineup was the perfect lineup for Megadeth. This is my favorite lineup of Megadeth. Of course, you got Dave Mustaine on lead vocals and playing guitar. You got Dave Ellefson on bass. You've got Nick Menza on the drums. And, of course, you got Marty Friedman playing lead guitar. This, I think, hands down easily is the best lineup in Megadeth history. What do you say?
I agree. I think each one of them definitely participated and perfected their part. And not only perfected their part, they really perfected each other. They really lean on each other, and you can tell in what they created that it was a team effort. It wasn't just, Mustaine's sidekicks. They all played a huge part in what Megadeth was.
Yeah, they really honestly did. This album, of course, came out in September of 1990. This follows 2 years after So Far, So Good, So What. So we just have 2 years really in between both albums. And it's a night and day difference, in my opinion, between So Far, So Good, So What to Rust in Peace. It was like lyrically, musically, everything changed for Megadeth and changed for the better, mind you. But what a huge leap forward in just a matter of like a year and a half to 2 years.
Completely. On the last episode, we talked about the first three albums, and we were talking about how Peace Cells didn't really fit in, as a second album for Megadeth. And then you go into So Far So Good, and we completely shit all over that album. It was a horrible album, and I would guess if you're back in 1989, 1990, and you hear Megadeth's creating a brand new album, you're like, oh no, like
Mhm.
like Megadeth's done, dude. Did you hear that trash that they put out? Like they're
Right.
done, but they're not done at all.
Especially with the same year finishing up on So Far So Good So What in 1988, because that was the same year that Metallica put out And Justice for All. So Far So Good So What came out earlier in the year, and then towards the tail end of '88 is when Metallica put out that album, and it just smokes fucking So Far So
Yeah.
Good So What. Absolutely smokes it. And what's interesting is when we're talking about the leap forward from So Far So Good to Rust in Peace, Metallica did the same thing, but almost in reverse,
Mm.
where they put out a banger of Injustice for All. Then the next album they come out with is a Black Album,
Yep.
and it's like Metallica kind of went more of the commercial route,
Hmm.
while Megadeth still have the strong thrash influence in this record.
Yep.
Um, we're kicking off with Holy Wars. The Punishment Due was the very first song on the record. I can't think of a better song to kick a fucking record off. And you know me, I don't personally like songs that are too long.
Hmm.
This song being 6 minutes and 36 seconds, it doesn't feel like it. You know what I mean?
No.
It constantly flows. There's not a dull point. There's not a spot in the song like, yeah, we could have done without that.
Yep.
It's like everything has a purpose in that song.
Yeah, that song is beautifully made. I think the two parts of that song really helps that song not feel long.
Yes.
In the middle, you have the um, chimes that come in, and it just
Yep.
like kind of melts everything that you just heard away, and it sways in something completely new. And you're like,
Right.
where is this song taking me? And to put that as number one too to kick off the
Yeah.
record, you're like, oh shit, Megadeth is back.
Yep. And you can see a huge upgrade in Dave Mustaine's lyric writing too in this song.
Yep.
It's very deep, it's very meaningful, and it really captures the essence of what the world was looking like in 1990 as well.
Yeah, I think what we touched on in the last episode with P Cells, it really gives a teaser to what Mustaine's political ideas and his political lyrics were.
Hmm.
And I think coming out with this record, you're like, okay, now I
Yeah,
get
just the
it.
album cover itself is like,
Yep.
not only is the album cover itself a huge upgrade from So Far So Good, and we have some comments on the YouTube channel about that uh, artwork, and I appreciate you commenting. And I agree that Rust in Peace is a huge upgrade compared to So Far So Good So What. So if you agree with me and if you agree with Willie, then please comment on this YouTube video. But if you don't, then fuck you. But this album cover, dude, is sick because you've got Vic Rattlehead standing there with that fucking like green, like fucking plutonium looking object in his fucking hand
Yeah,
with like this alien in this craft. Then you have like all the UN guys around the fucking craft too. It's like
right.
telling you that there's much more than meets the eye. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yep. It's eerie. It's confusing when you don't get it. It's like, what am I looking at and what am I hearing? All at the same time. You know, I think we're gonna have we're only on track one, and we already have a huge praise on this album alone already.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of a song that ties into that album cover, here we go right into song number two, Hangar 18.
Boy,
This
boy,
song,
boy.
both of these songs, Holy Wars and Hangar 18, are still main staples in Megadeth's set list for good
Yep.
reason. Um, this song, man, it's full on thrash attack, but
Yep.
at the same time, it's not your typical thrash song where it follows like one key element. You know what I mean? One structure base. It's
Yeah.
like it jumps all over, but it's a cohesive enough song to still be thrash.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think it's a great follow up to fucking Holy Wars. To put that right after Holy Wars, you're like, oh, the party's still on. We're still fucking headbanging. All right.
Yep.
It's like, fuck. What more do
Yep.
you got? And I don't know. I think that song, just the vibe of that song too alone, I think is why they still play that song live too. It's
Yes.
like that's a fun thrash song. And we talked about, is Megadeth actually thrash? Well, that song, yes, it is.
Yes. Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely. You talk about the big four of American thrash. I think the least thrashy band out of all of those was probably Metallica,
Hmm.
just because of the fact of they had more commercial success with not being thrash,
Yep.
and they're known for more of like an all-around heavy metal style band than thrash. I still think
Yeah.
to this day, Megadeth and Mustaine still have more thrash elements to this day in newer albums than Metallica does. So
100% agree.
we got Holy Wars, Hangar 18, and then it leads us to song 3, Take No Prisoners. I think Take No Prisoners, Five Magic, and Poison was a cure to go 3, 4, and 5.
Hmm.
Good songs, good
Yeah.
filler songs, for the album.
Yeah.
But it's not, those aren't songs that you take something away from, but they don't take you away from the album as well. I think those are good middle portion album songs.
I agree. I agree. I think Take No Prisoners is fun to sing.
Yes,
Five Magics is also fun. And Poison Was a Cure is also fun. These are fun songs. Are they songs I want to hear played live? Not necessarily, no.
right.
But they're not bad songs at all. And
No.
to be 3, 4, and 5 right in the middle of the entire album, perfect choice. Perfect choice.
Yep. Absolutely. And that leads us into song 6, Lucretia. This is a really different like
Yeah,
vibe. You know what I mean? I'll let you take this one, dude. I really like Lucretia, and I can
yeah.
understand why some people kind of be on the fence for it, but I do dig the song. I really do.
People are on the fence for the song.
Yeah, because from what I've heard and from people that I've talked to when it comes to the song on this album, is that the album had a structure, had like a build up, you know what I mean? And
Hmm.
then Lucretia kind of like was like almost different in the way that it was presented as the rest of the album was. Same thing
Mm,
goes for like Dawn Patrol,
yeah,
but I think Dawn Patrol is a nice lead into the title track of the album Rust in
yeah,
Peace. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But like Lucretia was just like there to be there.
Mm,
But I think that it should have. I actually think Lucretia could have been a single. To be honest with you,
yeah, yeah.
off this record.
That main the beginning riff that he fucking plays is amazing.
Yep.
You have that sinister laugh, right? And then
Yep.
he goes into the main riff, and it's just beautiful. It's a really creative song, and I
I
think
don't know if he's ever played that live, has he?
he might have played it new like recently, but he I don't think he plays it very often at all. No.
You know, as many times as Hanger and Holy Wars has been played live, I wouldn't mind if they like switched one of those two out and threw that one
Yeah.
in.
No, I wouldn't
You know what
mind
I'm
at
saying?
all. I think that's a very underrated song.
Yes, I think it's probably the most underrated song on the record.
It is. Yep, I agree. Surprising that people are on the fence of that song because I thought it fit well as even as track number 6, like right before you have your last big 2 songs. I think it was a great lead off song.
Yep, I agree too, dude. That leads us into Tornado of Souls. Um, I love. You want to talk about a song that's thrashy? That's probably not meant to be thrashy. That's Tornado of Souls, dude.
Yep. This song is a masterpiece. This is one of the first Megadeth songs that I learned how to play, and to this day I still play it. It is so fun to hear. It's so fun to play, and I think the solos in this song are my favorite Megadeth solos of all time.
Really?
It's so fucking good. The solos are amazing in this song.
That's fun that you bring up guitar playing because I was going to ask you about this song. Again, folks, if you haven't already, if you're new to the show, go back into the archives and we talked to Willie about being a guitarist and a songwriter and how his come up came playing guitar. So I want to ask you about this because on its face, like when you first listen to the song, it sounds like it's a complicated song to play
Hmm.
on guitar. But I said the same thing about Master of Puppets, and you're like, yeah, it's really not that difficult. How
Right.
difficult is Tornado of Souls on guitar?
Once you know how to make the fucking sound of it, it's really easy. You just lay your finger on the strings, and then
Mhm.
you just pluck the fucking strings. It's not hard
Okay.
at all. Once you get your it's basically a scale is what you're fucking playing, but it's a variety of one. So you're just playing this variety of a scale fast, and that's pretty much what the main riff is. It's just that it's not difficult at all.
Gotcha. It's a fucking fun song to hear. It's a
It
fun song to
is.
see live too. I think it's a great. If I mean, it fits in with the rest of the album, dude. It's like a song that has to be on this album. You know.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, that leads us into Dawn Patrol, which is like a precursor to the Rust in Peace song.
Yep.
I think that Lucretia, Tornado, and Rust in Peace was a great 3-song send off for this album, dude. It like was a fitting, as I always talk about, you need a strong opening and a strong closing, and I think you had it with this album, especially with these last
Yep.
3 songs.
Yep. I love the opening to Rust in Peace with the drums.
Yep.
I think it was kind of like Peace Sells with the bass is kind of like
Yeah.
that with this song. Like you hear the drums, you're like, oh shit, that's Rust in Peace.
Right.
It's a damn good
Right.
opening for that song.
I think it's a great way to kick off the 90's era with Megadeth with this album. I don't think you could have asked for a better album to kick the decade off with,
Nope.
especially coming off of So Far, So Good, So What.
Yep.
So before we move on to the next album of the 90's, Willie, let me ask you, favorite song on this record? I think we might be in agreement with this.
Do you think so?
I think so.
My favorite song is Tornado of Souls.
Okay.
What,
Okay.
what
Can
about
you
you?
guess what mine is?
I'm gonna say Hangar 18.
Nope. Close.
Holy Wars?
Lucretia.
Is it
Lucretia's
really?
my favorite. Yep. It
Oh
would be
shit.
that, and then if now, like you're putting a gun to my head for me to pick a song on this record.
Yeah.
That's how good this record is to me. But Lucretia would be that, and then Tornado of Souls would be like a 1A, 1B. I
Okay.
love me some Tornado of Souls, dude.
Yeah, man.
But uh, all in all, from top to bottom, you can't go wrong with this album. Do you have, if you had to pick one, what would be like your least favorite or one that you could do without?
I mean, Dawn Patrol, if you can count that. If you,
Yeah, I mean, it is like a prelude into fucking Rust in Peace, but I get what you're saying. It's like it's listed as its own standalone song, so
yeah, if it wasn't
you
that
know,
one, I would probably pick like Poison Was a Cure, probably.
yeah, I would pick Poison Was a Cure, and to be honest with you, too, Five Magics is okay.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? It's not like something that I want to seek out, to listen to
no,
again. If it's on, I'm not going to change the song, but it's like
right,
it's not something that I would search out. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yep,
But all in all, I think we're both in agreement that this was definitely a big upgrade from So Far So Good, So What, and a perfect way to kick off the '90s era Megadeth. Yeah,
I could not agree more.
that leads us in to 1992. We're jumping 2 years to Countdown to Extinction. Probably Megadeth's most well known album, probably the most singles that have come off of an album in Megadeth's history.
Yep,
This really cemented Megadeth in the landscape of heavy metal in the mainstream. I think with coming off of Rust in Peace to Countdown, it had a lot of momentum for Megadeth.
yep,
And this album, if I'm not mistaken, was also its first ever #1 Billboard album, too, that Megadeth ever scored.
it
And I
was.
don't think they scored one since this album, to be honest with you.
I don't think they have either. Nope.
But this really cemented Megadeth of like, okay, we've had Metallica for the longest time, but now we got to start giving Megadeth their fucking flowers. You know what I mean? Now we got to start paying attention to them, and it's about fucking time people did, because now they're sitting on that fucking sleeping giant that was Megadeth, and now that sleeping giant has fucking awoken with this album, dude.
Yeah, this album was a force to be reckoned with. I don't know what it was about this album in particular, but for me, um, my wife is a saint, because I usually play this song at least 3 or 4 times on every road trip that we take. This is my road trip album, is Countdown.
Mm-hmm.
This is the
Right.
album that I put on every time I'm driving somewhere. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. That it's so fun for me, and it's so. I think this album might have been the album where I started listening to Megadeth,
Mm-hmm.
like full on, and I think it just stuck with me ever since.
Right, right. No, I agree with you, man. This is, I think it's also a change from Megadeth. You started to see it a little bit in Rust in Peace. This album to me is not a thrash album. This is just
Mm,
a heavy metal album.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, I can see
Are
that.
there thrash elements to some songs? Sure. But all in all, I don't think this could be classified as a thrash record.
Yep, nope,
And I think this might be the first album up to Megadeth's date so far that they put out that really wasn't thrashy. All the other
right.
albums had like a lot of thrash elements thrown in with some other stuff,
Yep,
but this album itself was just like a traditional heavy metal album.
it
You
was.
know, you had some fast parts, some slow parts. You even had like, pictures of ballad esque,
Yep,
sound, but definitely a big difference between what we've heard from Megadeth in the past to
yep.
what this album is from now. And it kicks off with Skin on My Teeth. I'm a stickler on opening up a record strong, man. I think Skin on My Teeth is one of those songs that's just like, yeah, dude,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude. It gets your blood boiling, it gets your head banging. It's just once those drums kick in and that fucking power chord plays, you're like, oh hell yeah, let's go.
Yep, yep.
E-
Everything sounded so crisp and clean too on
It
this record.
did. Yes, and even live that fucking song kicks ass. Like they play that song perfect live still.
Yep, yep. I agree with you. Skin on My Teeth is a perfect song to fucking kick the record off. Symphony of Destruction, we don't need to go into that one. It's
No.
been beaten like a dead horse.
Yep.
It's still played in their rotation today.
Yep.
It's probably one of the only few songs you'll ever hear Megadeth on the radio,
Yep.
unfortunately,
It is.
play. Um, so everybody knows Symphony of Destruction.
Yeah.
Architecture of Aggression.
Yes.
I absolutely love this song, and I wish this fucking song was played live, dude. I really
This
honestly do.
This is probably top 3 songs of mine on the record. Easy.
Mm-hmm.
This song is just what you need it to be, especially after Sympathy. Like this song is perfect where it is. It
Yep.
brings you back in, and I don't know what the fuck they were doing when they wrote this song, but it is a beautiful song.
It is, dude. Architecture of Regression is fitting too because it is an aggressive song and not an over
Mm-hmm.
the top blast beat kind of way, but
Nope.
just the arrangement of the song, how it's put together, the lyrical content of this song too is
Yep.
fucking amazing, dude. Absolutely fucking amazing. And that takes us into Foreclosure of a Dream.
Sure
And
does.
this is a song that I said kind of had like ballad esque
Mm-hmm.
elements to it. Was it a ballad? No. But
No.
did it have, elements of a ballad? Yes, it did.
Yep.
Foreclosure of a Dream, awesome guitar beginning
Mm-hmm.
riff to that song too, dude.
Yep.
It takes us right into the fucking chorus where you get the fucking double bass, you got the fucking, and then it goes back into
Yep.
the. I mean, this song is fucking amazing too.
I think everyone. I think this song. What it sounded fun to create, let alone to
Yeah,
hear. I think everyone really enjoyed a lot of these songs. I feel like they really enjoyed creating, and I think "Foreclosure of a Dream" was definitely one where they all had a lot of fun. It just sounds
agreed.
fun.
Yep. And the video is cool too. For
Yeah.
people who haven't seen the video, it's a cool video. How fun is it to play that song on guitar?
Just like Tornado Souls, that was another one of mine that I had to learn early on, and I'm lucky that I did because it's still like my warm up song today.
Which one's the harder one to play, that or Tornado?
Tornado.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
interesting, interesting. I love me some Foreclosure of a Dream, man. It's got everything that you need in it for a heavy metal song. Ballad style qualities to it, but still crushing at the same time.
Yep.
Leads us into Sweating Bullets. Everybody, of course, knows this song too. If there's probably two songs on this record that people know the most, is Sweating Bullets and it's Symphony of Destruction.
Yep.
Again, another solid song. You can't go wrong with it.
No, no. Um, I think especially on that song, I think Mustaine's vocals really excelled on this album more than any other album.
Yeah,
He hit a lot of high notes that I don't think anybody was expecting.
yeah,
And the way that this album sounds, I think his vocals were spot on to every element of this album.
yep. I agree with you. So yeah, everybody knows Sweating Bullets. Don't need to beat that one to death. This Was My Life. This song was a different one that we've heard so far because this was more of like it's a punchy song.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fucking like gallopy type of song. You know what
Yep.
I mean? Um, and it's just like the way he delivers that. This was my life. Like
Yep.
just he's nailing home like
Oh
this was my
man.
life.
Yeah, it's a fun fucking song to for sure.
This is another one that I wish they would play live too.
That would be nice. That would
That
be
would be
nice.
fun. Track number 7, Countdown to Extinction. Another legendary song that they don't fucking play live that they need to.
Dude, I was just
And
about to ask, do they ever play this live?
I've never heard them play this live. Now, that's not
Crazy.
to say when this album came out they didn't play it
Right.
live, but to my knowledge, they've never played this song live. And to be completely honest with you, the fucking demo version of this song, I think to me is better than the album version they put out.
That's right.
If you haven't heard the demo version yet, go and listen to the demo version. It came out when this album was reissued,
Yep.
remastered. They included the fucking demo, and I think the demo is better than the actual album, the
Yeah.
song they put on the album.
It had some double kicks in it.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Yep.
a fun one.
So that leads us into High Speed Dirt. This is probably, I would say, this is probably the one song on the record that had the most thrash elements to it than the other
Yes.
ones did.
Yes, this was definitely more of a speedy song on the record. I think this might be the fastest song on the album.
It could very well be the
Yeah.
fastest song on the album. Again, another one that I wish they would play live that they don't fucking play.
Yep.
That leads us into Psychotron number 9. Psychotron is like we both laugh. You know, we know why we're laughing.
Yeah.
It's a fun song to go to listen to. It's kind of it's out there.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
Very, very much so. Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, take the lead on this
I
one.
was gonna say, I think I feel like this song, though, just what it is, probably I don't think it fit on this album, but so the sound of the song did, but what the song is about, I'm like, that's kind of cheesy. That's more like an
Yeah.
80s type thing.
It is.
Not like on this album, but it's still a great song.
I wonder if the lyrics were like a holdover from an 80s era
Had to have
song that
been.
never got made a record, you know what I mean?
Had to have been.
Psychotron, which is fun, leads us into track 10, Captive Honor. This is another one that I think had some more thrashy elements to it than some of the other songs did. Um, I liked his vocal arrangement in this song too.
Yeah.
I think the lyrical aspect of it was fun as well, and just another overall fun song on that record, man.
Yeah, I think this is the most different song on the whole album. Just the beginning, and then if this song was just very different. I don't know how to
Yeah,
explain it. If you haven't heard this song, you should listen to it when you listen to the whole album, because it's just a different vibe it gives off.
it is very different, and but yet it's still a great fucking song.
It is.
And that leads us into the closer of the record. And spoiler alert, this is my favorite song on the record, Ashes in Your Mouth. The double guitar at the end of this song
Yeah, man.
sounds really reminiscent to something like Maiden or Priest would do.
Yep, yep. They definitely had some different elements going into this record, and I think that song is what I was talking about, of them having fun playing,
Yes.
because this song just sounds fun. Like, you
Yep.
have both of them meeting, one another and just like trading off. It was a great song.
Yes, it was. Very fucking well put together song. Masterfully done, in my opinion. The lyrics, the music, everything that you needed for a strong song to close out an album
Yep,
was this right here. You had Skin on My Teeth, opening it up. You had Ashes in Your Mouth, closing it out.
yep.
Phenomenal fucking record. And there was no doubt, there's no reason why this album was not number one on the Billboard.
No, no. I think so. That was your favorite. My favorite is Foreclosure. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I really love that song, and it was a tough one between Countdown and that song, because I
Mm-hmm.
love Countdown too, but I
Right.
think I like Foreclosure just a little bit more.
Gotcha. Any songs on this record that's your least favorite for any given reason?
I like them all, but I think fucking Symphony of Destruction, I just because it's over fucking played,
Right.
I don't care about it anymore. I don't.
Yeah,
No.
I agree. It's a damn shame of all the damn good songs that Megadeth has put out over the decades, bro. The fucking bullshit corporate radio still just plays fucking Symphony of Destruction more than they do anything else.
That's
It's
the only one
disgusting.
they play ever.
Fucking gross, dude.
Yep.
I'll agree with you on that aspect of it too. That song's a beaten to fucking death,
Yeah.
and I wish corporate radio would fucking play something else. But
Yep.
I mean, no, nothing further could be said for this album, dude. It was a
Right.
fucking masterpiece.
Yep. Yep. I agree.
That takes us now to November 1st, 1994. And before I get into this record, which, spoiler, it happens to be my favorite Megadeth record of the 90s, okay? Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to us on X, on Instagram. Hit that like, hit that follow, hit that share, hit that comment. Whatever you do, please support the show. You can find us over here on YouTube in video format, Spotify on video and audio format. Please share it to everybody you know. Comment down below what you guys think so far. It means the world to us, and we're all in this together, man. One big ass, beautiful heavy metal and pro wrestling community over here. So getting into it, man. Euthanasia is my favorite Megadeth album from the 90s. I think it's the most different album of the 90s. Probably the most different album they put out to this date in their discography. And by the way, this was the first album recorded in Phoenix, Arizona, dude, by the way. Did you know that?
It was. Yep. I did know that.
So for me, before I get into the track listings and all that, the reason why this album is my favorite is because at a place that I was personally in my life, this album I found at the perfect time, at the perfect reason that this album should have came into my life, and that therefore it's my favorite. But I also think it's the most different sounding album between all the other ones of the 90s, especially because it wasn't uh thrashy, it wasn't classic, it was just like a mixture of a bunch of different shit put together, and it all made sense.
It did. It did. I think this is a strong choice to pick for your favorite of the 90s. I guess we're spoiling that now, but Countdown was my favorite of the
Hmm.
90s. This would have been a very, very, very close second. And surprisingly that not one of us picked fucking Rust in Peace as their favorite,
Right,
you know?
right.
You
That
know?
is interesting,
We
especially how much we love thrash.
yeah, we picked these not B-side albums, but these little bit slower albums from Megadeth. But yeah,
Right.
I can't fault you for this being your favorite.
I mean, I think it's a very underrated album, dude, and it doesn't get looked at nearly as much as it should. Of course, "A Tula Moan" is a song that everybody knows from this record. It's a song they still play live.
Yeah.
Um, but I think this album from top to bottom, there's not a skippable song to me on this record, and I think it flies under the radar with people out there in general talking about Megadeth.
Yep.
But kicking off the record, track number one, we have "Reckoning Day." Dude, the fucking drums at the
I
beginning of
know.
this song
Yeah.
is fucking amazing, dude. I've had the opportunity of hearing the song played live the very
Nice.
first time I saw Megadeth, and it was just as good live as it was on the record.
I believe it. I think this song sets the tone for this record. I think it's a strong number one. This song reminds me of a soundtrack for a movie. You know, like it I think this song belongs in the movie somewhere. It's just
Like a
a
post-apocalyptic movie.
yeah,
Yep,
like something about the way the drums and the fucking vocals in this song too are.
yep.
It's a really great song.
I can see this song being like in a part of like a Mad Max movie where they got like that tricked out fucking buggy flying through the desert and they're getting ready to go to war with the other faction. And then all of a
Yep.
sudden it's just like fucking, it becomes super quiet. All you see is a car driving and then the drums.
Yep.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
know, man.
It's a fucking hell of a way to start off the fucking record, bro. Reckoning Day is fucking amazing.
Yep.
Train of Consequences is a song that I don't think gets nearly enough attention as it should. They made a
No.
video for it, but it was never in heavy rotation. And it's
Nope.
a song that's found its way into Megadeth's set list, but it's also found its way out as soon as it goes in.
Yep.
Again, I've had the opportunity of hearing this song live.
Nice.
Fucking amazing. This song is a fucking sleeper that people are
Yeah.
sitting on and is one of the better ones on the record.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think this song is probably man, this I think this is one of my favorite of Megadeth period. I
Yep.
really enjoyed this fucking song. It's kind of like how you know Tornado of Souls had a different sound in the beginning of it, right? This song also had a different play to it.
Hmm.
It's a very tricky song to play,
Yeah,
and I
absolutely.
it's a great song.
Also, one thing to worth noting on this record too is you can hear the bass thump so much more on this record than you have in past Megadeth releases.
Yeah, that's probably one reason why it felt so different too. It wasn't like a thrashy song, so you didn't need, the screaming fucking dual, solos. Or, it was more of like a groove fucking album.
Yeah, for sure. Leads us to track three, "Addicted to Chaos." This is probably their first ballad
Yeah.
song they've ever put out, and I think overall is one of the best songs that Megadeth has ever put out. Period.
Yep.
This song never got any play, never got any press. You didn't find this fucking song anywhere. They've never played it live, to my knowledge.
Nope.
They need to. This is my wife's favorite song of Megadeth, and I think it's up there with probably the greatest shit they've ever put out that no one ever paid attention to.
Yep. Yep. This song, I actually covered this song on my personal YouTube page when I was 18. It was one of the first songs that I learned full through and recorded, actually.
Nice.
Yep.
Hell yeah, dude. His vocals are so great in this song. The way it's layered, structured, you know what I mean? Especially when you get into the chorus of it, you know?
Yep.
The guitar is just like, it's so well put together,
It
dude,
really is.
that it's a song that I really wish that this is the type of shit that I wish Megadeth would play live, dude.
Yeah.
It's like that was one criticism that I have of Megadeth is they've always had sort of the same set list forever.
For a
You
long
know, they've
time.
taken some out and putting some new ones in, sure. But overall, add shit like this into your set list, man.
Yeah.
I understand that it might be more difficult now for him to hit this vocally. I get that. but you
Right.
had multiple opportunities in the past to do it.
Yeah.
And I think this is the type of song that needs to be heard, that needs to get the love and praise that it deserves, that no one
Yeah.
ever talks about.
I agree. It playing it live, if you can't hit the vocal range, right? They're already tuning down songs for
Yes.
him to reach it. So there's no excuses that they don't play
Yeah.
it live.
Yep, 100% agree with that. So if you haven't already heard Addicted to Chaos, please go out of your way to hear it off this record. It's a fucking amazing. Atulamon, I think Atulamon is a song just like Symphony of Destruction that we don't need to talk about.
Yep.
It's been played. It's been out there forever. It's been, done with the vocalist from Lacuna Coil as well. They did a collaboration together on this song, so don't need to beat that one up.
No.
Elysian Fields, again, a very underrated song that never gets
Yeah.
any attention, dude.
No, I think the melody and the chorus of this song is fucking lit, dude. It is
Yep,
so good. It's so
yep,
fucking good.
yep. I agree, dude. The whole way that this song is put together, dude, is fucking masterful. The lyrics to this song are fucking great. It's such a different sounding album for Megadeth in general, but some
Yep.
of these deeper tracks on this record, like Elysian Fields, Blood of Heroes, that we're gonna get into, is like they sounded so different
It
that you would
did.
expect from a Megadeth. You know what I
It
mean?
did. Yep.
Beautifully fucking done. Elysian Fields leads us into The Killing Road. This song, man, is a song that I wish would be played live, dude. It's so
Yep.
fun to fucking listen to.
Well, they named their fucking tour page this. Why don't
I
they
was gonna
play
just
it
gonna say
then?
that. Yep,
You know,
yep,
it's like they should play it live then, because I think this is a great middle track. I think this should have been more towards the end. It's such a great song.
yep. I agree, dude. It's one of the heavier sounding songs on the record.
Yeah.
If you had to pick one song off of this album that kind of had a thrash element to it, it
Right.
probably was The Killing Road. Um, Lyrical wise and music wise, but great fucking song, dude.
Yep.
Great middle song of the record too. That leads us into number 7, Blood of Heroes. I put Blood of Heroes up there with Elysian Fields. That it's
Same.
just a song that just doesn't get love, bro. That
No.
needs love.
No, it's a fun song to sing too.
Yes,
I think,
absolutely.
and the beginning of it starts off kind of like a spooky, like eerie type song, and then it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't do that at all. Yeah, it's a great song.
Yep, I agree. It's a great song. It's another great addition that they need to throw into a rotation sometime. If you guys are going on your last global tour ever, supposedly,
Yep.
give us some of these songs. One
Yep.
last time that we can
Right.
enjoy these songs live.
That'd be great.
Family Tree and Euthanasia. I'm gonna tie it up just because we're spending a lot of time into these albums.
Yeah.
Both of these songs are great songs, just like what the rest of the album goes. And I can't say anything negative about these songs. You know
Yep.
what I mean? They fit. They're perfect. They hit. They're heavy, but not over the top.
Right.
Just great, solid fucking metal.
Yep. I agree.
I Thought I Knew It All would be another one of those two. Black Curtains is another one like that too. Uh, Leading us into the last track of the album, Victory. In my opinion, this album was a victory.
It was. It was. This album was beautifully made and constructed. From like you said, there was not one song that you needed to skip.
Nope,
Not one
not at
song.
all.
It was a perfect album, and it was such a
Yes.
different album for Megadeth.
Yep.
But for that time and what they were going for, I think it was a great album to put out after Countdown.
Yep, I agree with you 100%. This was an album that fell under the radar. Now, it did peak number 4 on the Billboard 200. So it did have that at least. But there's a
Yeah.
lot of songs on this record that could have been singles, that could still be played live, that
Yep.
people can enjoy, because I don't think people talk about this album when they talk about Megadeth. They
No.
talk about the Peace Cells. They talk about Rust in Peace. They talk about those albums,
Yep.
Countdown to Extinction, but they don't ever talk about this record. And that
Yep.
needs the praise, dude.
It does. It does.
So, favorite track of mine was Addicted to Chaos.
Okay.
For you was Train of Consequences?
It's tied between that and Family Tree, actually.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. I
interesting.
actually really, really, really love Family Tree. So
Ah.
it was hard for me to choose. So I'm gonna choose both of them.
And for me, Addicted to Chaos is my favorite, but also so is Blood of Heroes.
Yeah.
Blood of Heroes is another one on this record that I could
Fuck
just
yeah.
put on repeat, dude, and just fucking play, 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 play.
Fuck yeah.
Is there a song you could pick on this record that you not your favorite?
I mean, if we had to pick, probably just because it's played out, fucking Atula Limon.
I agree.
Yeah.
Atula would be that song too. Beautiful song, great
Yeah.
fucking song,
Yeah.
but it's
Oh,
been played to death.
yep.
And I know earlier I said it was probably Megadeth's first ballad was Addicted to Chaos. I stand corrected. Atula Moan could be technically called a ballad, and it
Yeah.
was already released a single.
Yes.
So I'll correct myself on that. But saying that Addicted to Chaos is a ballad that should be heard,
Yep.
that never was heard.
Yep.
So great fucking record. Came out in November 1994. If you haven't already checked out Megadeth's Euthanasia, please do yourself a favor and go out of your way to listen to it. Takes us to July 18th of 1995, where in between Euthanasia and Cryptic Writings, we had this gem drop in our laps. And this was Megadeth's EP, Hidden Treasures. Couple covers, couple originals. This fucking album, dude, is fun as fuck because it was just a different side of Megadeth. It was a fun side.
I mean, it was I think, was this the first side of Megadeth where it was commercialized, right? It was in
Yeah.
games, it was in TV shows, like I think this was where they had like their first commercial breakthrough.
Yep, 100% agree. They found a lot of success on the Last Action Hero soundtrack and the Beavis and Butthead Experience, which was an album based off the TV show. It wasn't the soundtrack to the movie. That movie would come out a couple years after this. But a lot of B-sides, a lot of unreleased material, stuff that was recorded earlier on in their career, stuff that was recorded up to this date in their career, and they just kind of put it together in a compilation album.
Yep.
Angry Again and 99 Ways to Die are two of my all-time favorite Megadeth songs.
Yep.
Angry Again is back in rotation, but 99 Ways to Die, where is that
Never.
song live, dude?
Never, dude. What a thrash song that song
Yes.
is. Holy shit. That's a
Yep.
great song to play live. And why they don't do that song, who
Yep.
fucking knows? But
Yep.
that's a great song.
Dun-dun,
Underrated.
dun-dun, dun-dun. Oh my god, dude.
Perfect song.
99 Ways to Die. And then I think one of the sleeper songs that Megadeth has ever done was Diadems.
Yep. Diadems is actually my favorite song on this record.
I can see that. I would say it's probably on this record itself is Diadems would be my favorite. I like 99 Ways to Die, Angry Again as a whole for Megadeth, but on this record, Diadems is probably my favorite too.
Yep. That song is absolutely a blast to fucking play.
I'm sure it is because it's a blast to fucking hear.
To play, and I love that fucking song.
Their cover to Black Sabbath's Paranoid too is fun as shit. It's fast as fuck.
It is fast as fuck.
They sped this one the fuck up. This is probably when they were still fucked up on speed.
Yep, and it was also the No More Mr. Nice Guy. Fucking, they were fucked up on speed on that one too.
Yep, they sure were. And Breakpoint from the Super Mario soundtrack was fucking hilarious. It was a good song. Go to Hell, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, where they fucking blatantly make fun of fucking Metallica's Inner Sandman. Fucking hilarious. Problems from the Sex Pistols cover. This is probably my least favorite song on the record.
Same.
Just because, for one, I'm not that big of a punk fan.
Yeah.
And two, okay, it's punk. It's whatever.
Yep.
But if I had to pick one song, it's probably that one.
Yep, I agree.
But I didn't want to skip over that one. I know we're just doing albums, but I didn't want to skip over this gem because if you haven't already heard these songs on this fucking record, please go out of your way and do so because it's fun as fuck.
No, I think those songs is a necessity for Megadeth.
Yep,
it is.
I agree with you. That takes us to June 17th of 1997 when we have Megadeth drop Cryptic Writings onto us. And before we break this one down, Willie, if we go from So Far, So Good, So What to Rust in Peace, we have a huge shift in the way Megadeth sounds, correct?
Yep.
Then from Rust in Peace to Countdown to Extinction, again, it's another leap forward. It's a different sounding Megadeth, still heavy, but a different sounding Megadeth. From that to Euthanasia, huge difference.
Yep.
From Rust in Peace to Euthanasia is only 4 years.
Exactly.
And that was a huge leap in different sounding Megadeth. Still crushing it, still sounds great, but it's a leap.
Yep.
This album to me, from Rust in Peace to this album, is a completely different Megadeth.
I completely agree with you. And that's only 7-year gap, right?
Yep.
And they're what 12 years now into their total
Yep.
career. So going from killing is my business to cryptic writings, holy shit, it's not even the same band. Um, but for this album, I actually really, really, really love this fucking album.
I do too, and I think this is the first, and obviously we're going to close out the decade with Risk, but which comes after this album. But before we get into that, it's a funny story of the backstory of why they named our album Risk. This to me was the most commercial record that Megadeth had put out to date.
Yeah, I agree.
This was their Black album.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It didn't have on Metallica's Black album. The first half of the album is commercial, and the rest of it's like sounds like Metallica should sound like. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yep.
Same thing could be said for this record too. The first half of this record is commercial as fuck, where
Yep.
like the second half of this record is Megadeth that we know Megadeth to be.
Yep.
I personally love this fucking album.
I
This
do too.
album is fucking great. Kicking it off with the album's number one song is Trust. We don't need to go into Trust.
No, we
Everybody knows
don't.
Trust.
Yeah, we
Trust is played
don't.
live. You know what I'm saying? We all
Yep.
know Trust.
Yep.
Great song, but it's been beat to death.
Yep.
Track 2, Almost Honest. This song, brother, fucking talk about deep. This song is
Yeah,
deep.
man. Down, dude. I wonder when he wrote this song, because this song feels like it's been in the back of his sleeve for a while.
Yeah.
For a
Yeah,
while.
definitely. This is like a song where it's like he's trying to call somebody out, but without like naming names, you know what I
Yep.
mean? Type shit.
Yep.
But great song. Fucking the guitar sound on this record too
I
is so
know.
different.
It is. I don't know what they did. I don't know who told them to make this album sound like this, but compared to anything else, completely different.
Yep, I agree with you. Another great song. You can't go wrong with Trust, Almost Honest. That leads us to song 3. Use the Man.
Yep.
We pretty much can understand what this song is about.
Yes,
If
we
you listen to the
can.
lyrics. But again, another sleeper song. I wouldn't mind if this song was played live.
I wouldn't either. I think this would be a great halfway through the set song.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. It would be a song that you throw up and you put the lighters on. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
even though it's a fucking bad song to use a lighter for, but still.
That's so funny.
You know what I mean? But great fucking song nonetheless. Mastermind. This one was a really different song.
This was
Uh,
different.
it
Yeah.
was for Megadeth. This was a very different song.
Yeah, I feel like this one, I don't know. I feel like this could have been on Euthanasia too, just
Yes,
because had a different effect to it, and it kind of reminded me of um Elysian Fields. It
yes,
was a different sound effect. I don't know what it
yep.
is, but yeah, it's a great song though.
It was a great song. Leads us into track 5, The Disintegrators. Fucking love this song, dude. I
Great
love this
song.
song. This is thrash as fuck on a record that isn't fucking thrash.
Yeah, this song doesn't even belong on this fucking record, dude.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the second half of this album was like different from the first half.
Yeah, I don't understand why this song is on this album, but I fucking love this fucking song too.
It's so fun to hear, bro. I wish they would do this live.
Yep, they should.
Track 6 is I'll Get Even. I love this song too, dude.
It's a fun song,
It
man.
is, bro. It is. And
Yeah.
the way his vocals are arranged in this song too is
Yep.
fucking great. It's a fun song to listen to. I'm sure it'd be a fun song to hear live too. Have you ever tried to play this song on guitar?
Not this song, no. I have not.
Try to give it a try, dude, because it sounds like it'd be
Yeah.
a fun song to play on guitar. Track 7, Sin. Before I give my take, what's your take on this song, Willie? I'm gonna see if we have the same take.
Um this song for me, I think this was a very different song on the album as well.
Yeah,
Um
100%.
I'm kind of torn if I like it or if I don't like it.
Right.
Um, yeah, it's I can't really say much about this song,
Track
but
I personally like the song a lot.
yeah,
It's different from anything else that's on the record as far as the composition of it, but I think "Sin"
yeah,
is a fucking underrated song too. "A Secret Place," another one of my top favorite Megadeth songs of all time. Uh, Again, this song needs to be in rotation on every show they do.
yes, I agree. This is another one of those songs that I learned to play very early on because it's such a fun song to play and a fun
Mm-hmm.
song to listen to. And I think this one and She Wolf that we'll get going on is I think those two songs are very similar in the way that they sound.
Yep.
I think the either the verse or the might be the verse of those songs. I think they fit really well, and I think if those two songs were on the same album, it would make sense.
Have you ever noticed the similarities? Not that they sound the same, but the guitar tone between this song and "Wherever I May Roam" from Metallica.
Oh yeah,
See
yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying?
right. Yep.
It's like they always played off of each other. Yeah, don't get it twisted. They might have not liked each other in this era, but they were playing off of each other.
Yeah.
"A Secret Place," I think, is also one of my wife's favorite songs too. It's one of my favorite songs. Back in the day when I did do vocals, I loved fucking singing this song.
Yeah, man.
Dude, it was so fucking fun to sing to. Track number 9, "Have Cool Will Travel." I think this is probably like a happiest song on the record.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? I think it's a song where he was just fucking drunk and said, "Fuck
Yeah.
it, let's record this," you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't this song doesn't make sense to me. I like it. I do, but it's I don't know. I feel like this should have been maybe like track 4, not track 9.
Right, agreed.
Yeah.
Track 10, we got "She Wolf." Um, this song is thrashy as fuck too.
It is. Yeah.
This song has been in and out of rotation for them for the longest time. Again, going back to like "Ashes in Your Mouth" from Countdown,
Yep.
this has like that Priest Maiden-esque style guitar.
Yep.
I absolutely adore this song, dude.
Yeah, this is actually the first full solo that I ever learned how to play.
How difficult was that?
It was actually like the perfect intro solo for someone learning.
Nice.
Because it's not very difficult at all, but it's a blast to play.
Fuck yeah, dude. It's a blast to listen to. Track 11, "Vortex." Again, another fucking aggressive, heavy fucking song.
Yeah, man.
Um, I love this fucking song too.
Yep.
This is another sleeper I think that nobody talks about when it comes to Megadeth songs.
Nope, not at all, bro.
Same thing with track 12, the final track on the album, "FFF." This song, like the last fucking 3 songs you have, "She Wolf," "Vortex," and "FFF."
I
This could
know.
be like the like fucking in a tour. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like this could be
Yeah.
tour songs, and it's a blast to fucking listen to these songs. And "FFF," "Fight for Freedom, Fight Authority."
Yep.
I had this song on my fucking podcast back in the day
Damn
too,
right.
as my intro. This song is so goddamn fun, and it's another thrashy song that
Yep.
doesn't belong on the album, but it's there.
No, I think the last 3 songs definitely either was songs that they previously had or they made it because they missed playing the thrashy side of it of Megadeth.
It's I could see like these 3 songs being on like fucking Countdown to Extinction.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know what I mean? I think either they needed songs to be fillers and they just recorded these and threw them on the album,
Right.
or it was songs that were, demoed previously but were never released. Who
Yep.
knows? Whatever the case. But the first half of Cryptic Writings is its own album. The last half of Cryptic Writings is its own album.
Yep.
Put them both together. Does it make sense? Probably not, but it's still a great fucking record, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think this is definitely an album I go back to frequently.
Yes, 100%. 100%. Favorite song on the record?
Favorite song, A Secret Place.
Okay. Least favorite?
Least favorite, probably Have Cool Will Travel.
Okay, I can see that. For me, it's easy for me to pick something like "She Wolf" and all that, but I'm actually going to go with the Disintegrators
Okay.
as my favorite song. My least favorite song on this record is probably "Sin."
Oh yeah.
Um, if not "Sin," "Have Cool Will Travel," just because I don't know if it necessarily like belongs on the album, you
Right.
know. But all in all, still another great Megadeth record, Cryptic
Yep.
Writings. If you haven't heard it already, please go out of your way to do so. That leads us into the last album of the 90s, Willie. We're
Here we
talking
go.
about 1999's Risk.
Oh boy, we
You want to
made
talk
it.
about a risk?
We made it.
So the the rumor that I've heard on this album, the reason why they call it Risk is because Lars Ulrich, the drummer of Metallica, was quoted in some interview that he did, his opinion on Megadeth. And he said something to the effect like Megadeth is a great band, Dave Mustaine is a good player, but they need to take more risks. And that pissed Mustaine off. And Mustaine was like, "You want risks? Well, we'll give you a fucking risk." And what a risk this album was, dude.
Yes, it was.
Your
um,
overall opinion on this before we break it down?
don't get me wrong. There are some gems on this album.
Yes.
There is. But as an album as a whole, I think you could forget about this album and pick those gems out of it and place them in like a EP, and it would have been fine. But the album as a whole, I don't think is great.
So this is the first album in the 90s era that does not feature Nick Menza on drums.
That's right.
And I think it is very telling that Nick Menza isn't on drums because the drumming in this song is a lot different than we heard from previous songs in the 90s
Yeah.
from Megadeth. This is also the last album to feature Marty Friedman on guitar for them as well.
Yes.
And I can kind of see why, because this is not an album that I see Marty Friedman playing.
No, not at all. Not at all. You go from Rust and Peace that we started in the 90s and you end it in 99 with this album. I think you're going to lose some people along the way.
Yeah, I agree with you. And also, too, just looking at the notes here, I don't see fucking Friedman's name anywhere on any of the credits on any of these songs either.
No, I don't
I
either.
think this was a real dark period between Dave Mustaine and Marty Friedman, and they've had made up now recently. You've had seen Marty Friedman rejoin them on stage for a few select songs at a couple of shows, so that's great to see. Maybe on this last tour, maybe we can get Marty on the stage with them, and crank out some of the older ones too, and that'd be fun. You know
That
what I
would be
mean?
great. Yep.
I don't know if we'll see Ellefson return to the band. That's a whole different story. But breaking down Risk, first song that we have is Insomnia. To be honest with you, I fucking dig the shit out of this song.
I like the song a lot, actually.
It's fucking psychedelic as shit from Megadeth.
Yeah, this is a fun fucking song. And I think this song really sets the theme of the album, too.
Yes, it does. Right off the bat, it's a whole different fucking sounding song, dude, than what they put out previously. This could have been a song, to be honest with you. Insomnia could have been something they could have probably thrown on fucking Euthanasia, and it could have fit on Euthanasia, to be honest with you.
I agree. Even something like Cryptic Writings, too.
Yeah, I can see it on Cryptic Writings for sure.
Yeah, like right after fucking Will Travel, whatever the fuck that's called, right?
Yeah.
I think this could have been a great song after that one.
Yep, I agree with you. Track 2, we have Prince of Darkness. Again, I fucking love this song.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that the beginning of this song is what they use at the beginning of their shows, but they never played a full fucking song.
Yep, agreed. This song is dark too.
Yeah.
Lyrically it's dark, musically it's dark.
Yep.
But it's heavy at the same time.
Yeah, it is.
Track 3 is the intro for track 4, Into the Arena, into Crush 'Em. Crush 'Em was the first single they released off this album. It was played live on a WCW Monday Nitro, and it was also used in the fucking what the hell is the name of that movie? Universal Soldier.
Yeah.
That came out with Bill Goldberg from WCW. Goldberg actually came out on stage while they performed the song live on Nitro, and Goldberg made his return from injury, so it was like a big deal at the time. And Goldberg did use this song for a while as his intro theme. Not only did this song not fit Bill Goldberg, but this song in of itself is just a whatever song, in my opinion, dude.
Yeah, I actually don't like this song one bit. I can't even get through this song, and it's unfortunate because I can usually get through any song of theirs, but this song for me, it's really hard for me to listen to.
Now again, from what I understand about this song in particular, Dave Mustaine was at a hockey game. I believe if it wasn't the Phoenix Coyotes, it was another team, but I think it was a Coyotes game. He was at the game and he was hearing songs that were being played in the arena, and he was like, you know what? It'd be cool if Megadeth had a song for a sports team in an arena,
Yeah.
and that's where Enter the Arena
Mm,
led into Crush 'Em. So this was like their big anthem song to be played in arenas and shit.
yeah, makes sense.
So that was like his reasoning for this song.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't know. It's whatever.
Yep.
Uh, Breadline, I think, is a very underrated song on this record.
Spoiler, this is my favorite song on the record.
Okay, why?
I think this song belongs on Euthanasia. I think this song belongs maybe on Cryptic. I don't think the song should have any touch on this fucking record. I think this song is a perfect fucking song. It really
Yep,
is. And I think it's really unfortunate that it gets buried in a lot of these unfortunately bad songs on this album. But
yep.
yeah, this song is very, very well put together.
Breadline too also has like that ballad esque like vibe to it, but
Yep.
it's also something that you could see like coming out in the early '90s when the whole grunge was coming up.
Yep.
Like this could have been a fucking Pearl Jam song.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
You know
I
what I mean?
agree.
Like it was so different from Megadeth, but
Yep.
yet it was so good too at the same time.
And didn't this song, the video of it had Broderick in it?
I believe I believe it did,
It
as a matter of
did.
fact.
He was
Yeah.
like 18 at the time or some shit.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Yep. Wow. God damn, I haven't seen this video in a while actually.
Yes.
Now that you say that, like I'm replaying it in my head, and yeah, I think you're right, dude.
Yeah, I think that's him.
Track 6, The Doctor Is Calling. Um this song along with Prince of Darkness are sleepers in my opinion, and this
Yes.
song is fucking fun to listen to.
This is a brilliant song. This is I was torn between this one and Breadline as my
Mhm.
favorite because this song is a fucking beautiful song. This song should be on Cryptic Writings.
This song should be played live as well.
It should be.
Fucking, I just love that,
Yep.
you know, and like his vocal style with this guitar riff,
Yep.
the guitar tone just fit and meshed perfectly.
It did. Yep. Great fucking song.
Track 7, I'll Be There. Again, I like this song, dude.
I
I
do
do.
too. I want to hear this live. I think this would be a fun song for the crowd to sing live.
I agree. And same thing can be said with track number 8, Wanderlust too.
Yep.
Wanderlust is another sleeper that doesn't get looked at.
Yep. I agree.
Ecstasy is okay. Nothing to write home about that. And 7,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yep.
in my opinion. Time the Beginning and Time the End. I actually like these songs.
They are not the worst songs on the album.
No, by
They're not.
far, it's not the worst
They're
song.
not. I would I go back and listen to it often? Probably not. But if it comes on here and there, I'm like, oh shit, remember that one, you know? But yeah,
And you know what's funny too is I'll actually go back and I'll re-listen to Time the End on like
yeah,
quite a bit. Yeah, to be honest with you.
yeah,
I think it's a fun way to end the record too, because you had like the beginning, it's happy, you know,
right,
it's whatever the fuck, and then the end is
yeah,
you
yep,
know, it's we're getting to the end now, you know, fuck y'all are dying, you
yeah.
know.
It's a quick
It's
song too.
it is fucking quick song. And also too a little Easter egg, the Japanese release of this version had the Duke Nukem theme as well that they
That's
recorded.
right. That's
That Duke
right.
Nukem theme is fucking sick
It
too. That
is.
song hits hard.
It is. I actually learned how to play that song because it was so
Did you
good.
really?
I did. Yep.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yep.
That's fun as hell.
That's a fun fucking song to play too.
I fucking grew up with fucking Duke Nukem, dude. That was
Yeah.
my shit on N64. Um, I'm gonna do a little bit of a hot take before I give you my favorite song on the record. I
Okay.
actually don't mind this album.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah.
Does it fit with the rest of the '90s? No, but you start to see a progression from Euthanasia to this record that
Hmm.
they went in a whole different sound, a whole different direction. They were, I don't know if they were burnt out on playing the heavy thrash, you know, shit,
Yeah.
but you could definitely see from Euthanasia up until this point that they had made a shift.
Hmm.
When we get into the 2000s, Megadeth with World Needs a Hero, which is the record that came after this,
Yeah,
they start to get back into those elements.
they do.
But definitely for sure, they definitely took a risk on risk. Did it pay
Yeah,
off? No, it did not. Was there some real stinkers on this record? Yes, there was. But there was
yeah,
also some hidden gems on here too that don't get enough love. But for me personally, I honestly don't mind this album.
yeah, yeah. I mean, going through it, it's half good. It's half good.
I'll agree with that. Half good,
Yeah,
half whatever. Um, for me, if I had to pick a favorite song, I am right there with you with Breadline. I think Breadline's a great song, but for the sake of the argument of picking something different, it's going to have to come down to Insomnia, Prince of Darkness, and The Doctor is Calling.
yeah.
And I think I would have to probably go with The Doctor is Calling
Yep,
just because it's so fucking fun to listen
it
to.
is.
It's also heavy at the same time too.
Yep.
And the lyrical content on this record too is really dark, like all the way
Yeah,
through.
it was. I mean, yeah, Prince of Darkness was just, of course, dark, right? And then Insomnia too is a dark song.
Yep, I agree. Um, Worst song on this record.
It's tied for me with fucking Crush 'em shit, and then Seven.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. I can't argue with that. Seven and Crush 'em or just whatever. If I had a gun to my head and pick between two of those, I'd probably say Seven, just because Crush 'em at least some fond memories of wrestling, with
Yeah.
that song, whatever. But yeah, I agree. Crush 'em and Seven were not the greatest on these whatsoever.
Yep.
Um, and that wraps it up for 90's era Megadeth. Definitely a big departure from the 80's Megadeth.
Yeah.
They saw a lot more success, not only on the Billboard charts, but with commercial success, with the fan growth that they've experienced in this decade.
Yep.
Overall, your feeling on Megadeth in the 90's?
Megadeth in the 90's, Countdown to Extinction is my favorite. Second favorite would be Rust and Peace, and then third favorite would be Euthanasia.
Nice.
Yep.
My overall take for 90's Megadeth is my personal favorite era of Megadeth. It's what I grew up on the most. A lot of these albums found me in times in my personal life where I needed something like this to come into, and thankfully I did find it and I was able to. And much respect for Megadeth and Dave Mustaine for that. My overall favorite album from the 90's is probably going to be Euthanasia, and my least favorite of the 90's is probably going to be uh, this album, just because it didn't have as many songs as some of the other ones did. That I could listen to all the way through and not skip over. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But I'm excited to see where we go from here with Megadeth into the 2000s, man, because that's when we start to see Megadeth get right back to like kicking your
Yeah.
fucking ass.
Um, Bonus question for you. We went through five studio albums and then one EP. I like to I like to know what's your favorite album cover.
Ooh,
I like to know.
so we're doing my favorite album cover of the 90's.
Yes, the 90's.
I probably got to go with Euthanasia.
Really?
Yeah, because of the content behind it.
Okay.
Because Mustaine is definitely getting more darker into his politics side. He's
Yeah.
starting to see the world for how it is,
Yeah.
and the fucking theme, the element of that cover art is
Yeah.
so fucking deep, dude.
It
So
is.
deep. You got the babies hanging up on the clotheslines, and it goes on forever. And the title of the fucking album is
Yep.
Euthanasia.
Right.
And the way he spells euthanasia too,
Yep.
it tells you that we're up shit's creek without a paddle.
Exactly. Yep. Yep. I
What
like
about
it.
you?
It was I would have to say Rest in Peace, but Euthanasia is my close second.
And you know what's funny that you said, because euthanasia would be my first, and Rust in Peace would probably be a close second
Yep. 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 It's
for me
great.
personally.
Great artwork, man. He always has some bangers.
Yes, he does. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for Megadeth in the 90's. Overall, I think it was a huge success as far as the band's growth, both content wise, lyrically, musically. Fan base just grew, and it was great to see Megadeth kind of cement their place in metal history in the 90's when it came to these releases. And I can't wait to jump in with you guys when we talk about Megadeth in the 2000s. Coming up with World Needs a Hero from 2001. We'll start off with that on the next episode. But anything else to add, Willie?
I want to second what you said. This is my favorite era of Megadeth. As the '90s really solidified what Megadeth was, and I think it helped them to push over into the 2000s with them bringing back more of a thrash heavy style.
Agreed with you 100%. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, reminder one more time, follow us on X, follow us on Instagram, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that comment button. Let us know what you think. Do you agree, disagree? What's your favorite album of the 90s? What's your favorite artwork of the 90s when it comes to Megadeth albums? Let us all know in the comments below. And whatever you do, please continue on listening to us and checking us out. We appreciate all the support we can get. And until next time, y'all, stay heavy.
Peace out.